UFC 163 Saturday night in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The main event for the featherweight title, Jose Aldo versus the Korean zombie Chan Sung Jung. You can watch it on Xfinity pay-per-view Saturday night. Joining us now at Sports Talk Live, talk MMA, one of the best fighters in the world, the reigning women's bantamweight champion, Ronda Rousey. Okay, so I tell people you're coming in, and our newsroom goes ballistic. Glenn, who's running the camera, oh my God, she's the greatest. So you have quite a following. That's got to be something that makes you feel good.
It does, but I think it was Eddie Murphy that said this, is that you can't let what everybody else make you feel too good, because then you're allowing them to also make you feel bad when they change their mind, because they're gonna. So I appreciate it all very, very much, but I try not to depend on the constant positive feedback to feel good about myself. You know what I mean?
You're right, because when you're in the public eye, there are some that maybe they really don't dislike you, but they're jealous, so they will make you feel bad, correct?
Yeah, I call them anti-fans. Right. They hate you, but they buy tickets, so I make just as much money from them, so I might as well appreciate them.
All right, explain to me what it means. It says your mom woke you up by putting you in an arm bar.
Well, she had her line was like, "You always be ready." So she would try and pretty much like attack me at different times.
And she was big in judo?
She was the first American to ever win the world championships in judo in Vienna, Austria, back in 1984. I'm very, very proud of that. And she did that while she was getting a PhD, working as an engineer, and was a single mother. Like she does it all. Yeah. And I lost where I was going. What was I doing right before that? I got in mommy land.
I asked you about getting put in an arm bar.
Oh, you asked me about it. Was that where you were at?
Yeah, so your mom would put you in an arm bar.
Oh, yeah, she would put me in an arm bar. Yeah. I thought you meant me actually getting arm barred. Yeah, so she would jump on me at different times. She'd wake me up in the morning, always be ready, and I had to throw her in an arm bar. Or like, I would be sitting down watching TV, you know, and she would like sneak up behind me and like put me in a choke and be like, always be ready. So I have this thing now, like if I'm ever in a restaurant, like I have to be facing the door, or anytime that she could like get behind me and like sneak, you know, she would jump on me. And so I have really quick reactions, but I also have a tick.
So that might be a bit of a problem if you're dating a guy, if he kind of sneaks up behind you just to, you know, give you a kiss, and all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's hazards in dating me.
What is it like being you? I mean, you're in a very violent sport. You've had your arm broken, you told me before we started.
But from judo.
Correct. And this is a violent sport. I think you dislocated someone's elbow in a submission hold. How hard is that?
The sport itself is actually the easy and the fun part. You know, the gym has been the one constant throughout my life. So that's like really what keeps me centered and is like my sanctuary. It's all the outside things. Like, you know, we've been in 4 cities in 4 days. Doing this world press tour, and I had to find a way to work out every single day. You know, it's just the multitasking and the juggling and the scheduling and all the other stuff besides the fighting that's hard. The fighting is my joy. The rest of it is things that needs to get done.
What is it like to break somebody's arm? Like, what does it feel like? I just can't imagine it.
All right, this is the most succinct way I ever came up with describing it. You know when you take the leg off of a turkey, and you feel like the snaps and the crunches, and then there's like, it stops snapping and crunching, and then there's just like a squish at the end? Yeah. First it pops, then it crunches, then it squishes, just like a turkey leg, except for it's like in your most sensitive area. So I know exactly what's going on with that arm. Yeah, it's not a comfortable feeling. Like, I don't enjoy it. It's not like I do it and I go like, ooh, Mufasa. Like, that's not my thing. But you know, it's part of the job. They would do the same exact thing to me, and you know, they're professionals. They know where they're at. If I get somebody in the arm bar, they're not like, oh my God, I've never been here before. No, like, okay, it's time to tap. You knew it was coming 20 seconds ago. You know, it's their choice, and some people choose to try and let it go and fight out of it. And with me, that's always a bad decision.
Do you give them time to tap?
No, not anymore. I did my first Strikeforce fight. I fought this girl, Sarah D'Aleo, and I did the coolest armbar ever. It was like a flying armbar up in the air, and as she was falling down, I felt her elbow popping out, and she was putting her arm out to stop herself, and I knew my weight was on it. The second her hand touched the ground, all my weight would go through, and her arm would be totally gone. And I felt it popping, and she was going, tap, 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 and before her hand hit the ground, I let my legs come off, So her arm wouldn't break, and then I held the position, and I was trying to tell the referee, like, she's trying to tap, you know, because she couldn't, she was putting her arm out to stop herself. And then the referee called the fight, and then she got up, she goes, I didn't tap. That's what she got up and said, and I was like, she was super cool to me, you know, before the fight, and she was nice afterward and everything, but at that point I was like, okay, every single girl after this, I don't care. She tainted my first Strikeforce fight, which I was so looking forward to, and I was like, every single girl is gonna have to turn to Sarah D'Alio and be like, this is all your fault. Because that girl is the reason why I don't wait, and even though she was a really nice, really cool chick, I know that I can't trust my competitors, and I just have to do it right the first time.
Your next fight isn't until the end of the year.
Yeah, December 28th.
So what do you do besides your workout? What's your workout consist of? What else do you do?
What else do I do besides workout and media? Well, I'm leaving very soon to go to Bulgaria to film Expendables 3, which I just got cast in, and we got, and I think August 10th is where we're unveiling the next Maxim cover, which I happen to be on, and we have the season of Ultimate Fighter coming out September 4th on Fox Sports 1, and there's a lot of things going on. And then there's like the intermediate media stuff, and then we have to film the training camp, and then have to do the camp itself. We have to organize that, and so it's a lot to do, and it just has to be scheduled as efficiently as possible to all get done right. But I know that it's possible, and I know that I can do it.
If I give you these two names, tell me the first thing that pops in your mind. Michael Phelps.
Swimmer.
Are you a fan?
Of his swimming, yes.
Are you a fan of him as a guy?
I don't know him personally as a guy, but my interactions with him haven't been overwhelmingly positive.
Kim Kardashian.
No, she's a mom, so I would call her a mom. I don't have any problem with Kim Kardashian herself, you know, or what she does for a living. It's just I think that the demographic that she tries to appeal to and sell to is sometimes inappropriate for how, you know, since how she got famous. I just don't think it's appropriate for her to be trying to sell stuff to kids.
Well, enjoy the rest of your media tour.
Oh, this is it. I'm done.
You're done?
Yeah, say the best for last.
That's it, absolutely. Well, thank you for coming in here. Everyone got really excited when you were coming in.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the warm reception.
You bet. Congrats on all your success.
Thank you.
There you go. Ronda Rousey fights against Miesha Tate on December the 29th in UFC 168. Don't miss that. Don't forget, UFC 163, Saturday night, main event, Jose Aldo versus the Korean zombie, Chan Sung Jung. Order it today with Xfinity pay-per-view.